Alright, good evening everybody, Mikey Kung Pao here. This is not a Jodi video. This is nothing formally structured in any way whatsoever. This got no rhyme or reason to it. It's just me coming on, want to respond to all the comment on my videos and everything, kind of like we do on Saturday morning. Just an informal thing. I'm going to try to put up my original first video if I can edit it tonight, so I'm going to try to make this kind of quick so I can get onto that one, see if there's some way I can cobble something together about the day of the murder. It's going to be a little disjointed, but anyway, I wanted to thank a lot of people, and I hope I don't bore you too much with all of this, but so many people leave so many good comments. I want to try to respond and thank them. Monkey King say, where's Barbie? Okay, we're going to bring her back in another video, maybe with Mrs. Mikey Kung Pao. Okay, hey, where's my pen? Anyway, what else we got here? Thank you to Sylvia. Oh, I was going to say, if you want to see some really good stuff, people recommending good sites like Egg Tree News Blog, that's a good one. And also Kawaii Skeptic got lots of great stuff. I linked something on my page from him. Kawaii Skeptic, are you a guy, a girl, or both? Anyway, you're very smart, whoever you are. You made some very hilarious stuff. In fact, I'm going to show one of them clips in a minute, just so people can get an idea. But you got a lot of serious stuff and a lot of funny stuff, so I like all that. What else? Horse Country, thank you, Charlie. That Jodi kind of like Hand That Rocked the Cradle, and I agree. I saw that film, very scary character, a lot like Jodi, you know, all hidden on the outside, all nicey nice and everything, and trying to present herself as a normal person when inside she's seething with all kinds of horrible stuff. And Mikyung Bibao say something. I gotta find it somewhere else. Anyway, we'll find it later. Chameleon Jodi, I like your screen name because Jodi shows so many sides to herself all the time. One of them were even fascinated with this trial, I think. People say, oh, because about the sex and everything. Not about the sex. You know, listening to her and Travis on their sex tape and everything and what they do, that about as erotic as going to Safeway and buying groceries, I think. You know, anybody who think that they're anything exciting about that, out of their mind, okay? I can think of things a lot better than any of that crap they were talking about. And they don't even say, you know, they sound like very mechanical about KY Jerry and on and on and on. Please, you know, come on. Anyway, I'm getting off track, so we keep going. Becky Jones, thank you. Teresa Nobrit, thank you. Serendipity, thank you. Steve All 4141. Say they from the UK and they come to Monterey and go to Clint Eastwood's place, Hog's Breast Inn, and you know, they got a big wild boar head there, because I was telling you about Big Sur, a bunch of wild boars roaming around in the Big Sur mountains down there, and they're all over the place. They're kind of overpopulating, you know, rooting around, digging up any yards they get to, anything like that. No one can grow anything, but you go hunt them, you know. Seeker 52 Truth, Melissa Post, a very nice person, of course, and Mardi, Runa Chick, talk about editing, and I got to go check that out. And Nashville, I thank you. Chi Yoho. Okay. Anyway, she asked me if I have a dog, and I have all these other pets I show you, and no dog, but I got a daughter, a very nice daughter named Rachel, and my oldest daughter, she have a dog. She called him Octagon or Sexagon or something. Anyway, he's a six-sided dog, so you know, that way she called him. And I think we can find a way to bring him on as a special guest star sometime, if we can negotiate a deal with him. No, actually, it's a her. Okay, so she's real cute. She's still kind of a puppy. And my daughter and I talking about maybe a little Jodi doll action or something, you know. So let's see, Denise, thank you, and Yami's Summer Sirofo says she giggling at the video. Good. If I can make anybody laugh, I've done my job. Even one person, as they say, then I've done my job for the year. Okay, because humor the best medicine. Julia Anderson say she wanted to say hi to her sister Jenny, and so hello Julia and Jenny and the family. And I feel a little silly doing this. I feel like Mr. Roger Neighborhood or something. Okay, so if you know who that is, okay, and talk about the show that would bore you to death. If you was a kid and you had to watch that, you know, you'd want someone to come and stab you, put you out of your misery. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get angry hate mail now from people. Anyway, Dan SVT say this was a rage killing. He talking about that, and he's certainly true about that. Everything about Jodi's story is so absurd, especially the self-defense part. Any woman who feels threatened going to run out the front door. She's not going to sit there and say, let's see, maybe I go in the closet and get a gun and the guy coming after me, blah, 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 blah. You know, maybe I stab him 29 times, slit his throat, and maybe shoot him a few times, and maybe bludgeon him with something. Okay, such an absurd... This was Jodi acting out every little isolated part and every piece of her rage with like an atomic bomb seething inside her ever since she heard about Travis going to Cancun, getting in shape, and not going to take her once she'd know in her mind about a month before that it's going to be this other girl and not her. You know, it building up, building up, building up. And then she unleashed it all on him after getting him in a vulnerable position. I'm going to try to talk about that in my Murder Day video a little bit. Some people asking me, what do you think, what's your theory of the crime? My theory of the crime is that it could have happened numerous different ways. But one thing we do know for sure, it was most certainly not a self-defense. That we know for sure. I have my other note here somewhere. What we know for sure is there was no fog, okay, after she committing this crime or during committing the crime, because she do all kind of complicated cover-up stuff that you can't do when you're in an amnesia fog. I told you in another video, in the first one, the second one I do about Samuels, I know what an amnesia fog is because I had one happen to me one time. True story. Go watch that video and I tell you about it. Anyway, she not only did she delete pictures on the camera, but she selectively deleted only the ones that was incriminating. Her and Travis doing stuff, sex, and then the murder pictures and the accident and she left 90 plus pictures on the camera that came from before, that Travis had taken photos of something else. And then she put the camera in the washing machine thinking she was safe. Okay, just in case there's flash memory in there or something, we'll destroy it in the washing machine. Too bad for her though, you know, the photo came back and got her. Anyway, the cover up, she washing the DNA off him. That's why she dragged him back to the shower, get her blood off. She see the blood mixing with his, and she got to try to rinse that off of there. She didn't get it all though. And you know, what was the shooting him in the head? I think that she planned to put several gunshot in him as part of the cover-up, like you know, bad guys came in and did all this, two ninjas or whatever, and but I think the gun jam after the first shot. But anyway, we know the shot were last, not first, because the ME say many times that you know, the bullet come into the frontal lobe, go through the skull, go through the frontal lobe, out of the skull, down into the jaw, and immediate incapacitation. He can't do all the things that Jodi claimed after that, running after her, trying to attack her, body slam her, chase her into the hall, into the closet, this, that, the other thing, back into the bathroom. Complete nonsense, complete and utter nonsense. So my theory of the crime is that the stabbing came first. I think Jodi found she either had that knife hidden on her, like, you know, in her waistband in back of her, or she found some pretext to get that knife into the bathroom. Like, she may say, oh, Travis, let's reenact some of the photos from Psycho, you know, and maybe I can get the knife into picture and stuff, you know, and we hear rumor that she's going to write a book or something, tell our book, that would just be telling our on a new pack of lies, of course, nothing true. She makes a little bit of truth into every giant lie, you know, to try to make it sound better to herself, but like the part about kill you bitch, I believe he say that. I believe he say that after she stabbed him. And when he had a few seconds of life left, because he was so upset and in shock and taken by surprise, that's all he probably got out. Last 3 words, probably. But anyway, my theory is that she takes this knife and she getting him to do pictures and everything. And then without him, when he unsuspecting, she picked the knife up and she plunged it into his chest. Either she were reaching around from behind him, you know, and going up into his chest while he's sitting on the floor of the shower, or maybe he's standing up and she plunged it up from underneath like that, you know, because we know the knife traveling in an upward motion into his chest, the fatal wound, which would have taken him a little bit of time to die. That wound would have been enough, apparently, for him to get down the hall, try to escape, you know, expiate some blood into the sink, and then she's still stabbing him neck, stabbing him back as he's doing that. Stab wounds all over his back, at least 9 of them. And he'd take off down the hall trying to get away from her. He got a couple defensive wounds on him. Notice she got no wound on her at all. So anyway, he get down the hallway, and she continued her assault until he passed out on the floor. And so anyway, that's my theory of the crime. I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but the stabbing came first. Okay, sorry to go so long on that. Where were we? I was thanking some people. Denise, and of course, and Yamis, and let's see, Robin. Joe told Daryl, Mormon. Jodi told Daryl that she not going to have sex with him anymore because now she a Mormon. And so the interesting thing is, Jodi claimed later that she don't know anything about those restrictions, and you know, because she's just following whatever Travis told her to do. She don't know anything about it, claiming ignorance, you know. And when she getting all that questioning by Nermi and everything, and Wilmot, and you know what she told Verret and everything. Oh, I don't know nothing. I'm just doing whatever Travis tell me to do, because he's the Mormon expert, not me. Meanwhile, she going down to Daryl right after she meet Travis and saying, "Oh, I can't do anything sexual with you anymore because I am Mormon now." Okay, really what it was is she cheating on Daryl. You know, Miss no one should ever cheat on me. Instant she finds somebody that she infatuated with, dump Daryl like a hot potato. You know, this guy do everything for her for years. So that Jodi, you know. Anyway, but the other kind of thing in that ride is, yeah, lost my train of thought. This is what happened when you get old. Ferry vacations say, them lures for Lake Michigan that I show in that magazine. Yeah, I think they got some big land rock salmon in there. Anyway, a little off topic. Diana Verb in hotel in Clearwater, Florida. Diana Verb say, hey, Mikey Kung Pao, you know any good hotel in Clearwater, Florida? I don't think I a travel agent. You know, I do know some things about some things. Okay, I do some travel. So here what I'm going to try to tell you. First of all, I don't go anywhere near a place where there's like hurricanes, alligators, and really big bugs. Okay, so I kind of avoid that place. I'm sure Florida very nice to Everglades and everything, but you can't go wrong usually staying at Marriott properties like Residency and Courtyard. Low cost, usually almost always clean, and they got internet, wireless, and you know, breakfast and all that kind of crap. So I've had pretty good luck with them. Hilton Garden Inn too. All right, so now I have travel agent on top of everything. Okay, anyway, what else? Junio Chinese Kitty say that Chinese Kitty say Kita say Juan gonna bring an expert witness on for the respond to the Sir rebuttal, because it looked like Nermi going to bring some more phony witnesses on to talk like Lagrayarette and try to back up her version of things, that we should believe nothing but a pack of lies and PTSD and all. So, so Juan say, hey, you want to keep this trial going forever? I'll bring on an expert witness too. Somebody with more experience than Dr. DeMarte, who already had like 8 million times more qualifications than your two witnesses. Nermi, you moron. Anyway, so we'll see what happened there. And maybe the trial drag on for a while. If it do, I have a chance to make more videos. Although I'm getting very exhausted by this trial, aren't you? Aren't you like sick and tired of them wasting so much money on this thing? You know, Jodi should be taken out and shot like yesterday. No, like 3 months ago. But save a lot of money and time and everything. But anyway, you know, we have to go through the process the American way. Except I don't think that the framers of the Constitution meant for the justice system to spend $3 million like letting someone tell their pack of obvious lies. Okay, don't think that's the way it was really designed. But anyway, we're going to go through it, and hopefully justice will be done. That's one of the reasons we're fascinated with the trial. I didn't get to finish my thought on that. Jodi is like you know what a proxy is? I think for us, Jodi's like a proxy. We look at what she's doing and all the lies she's telling, the enormous amount of deception, and the completely absurd stories, and all the bizarre people that start following her and believing in her, and how she co-opt witnesses and things, and people like Barrett become a complete abomination and disgrace to their profession. And we say to ourselves, you know, if this woman convicted, all is right with the world. But if she gets off, the world falling apart. And I think that we're kind of seeing it that way. And this is one of the reasons we're so fascinated with the trial, that she become a proxy for much larger issues, like, you know, our crazy radical religion of peace people are going to take over the world and destroy us all. You know, things like that. And we hope not, you know. So we watch. Maybe your Marissa and Peter say Mrs. Mikey Kung Pao should come on. So maybe sometime she show up, or at least her voice, you know. I think I could do a falsetto and pretend to be her, but she's much better looking than I am. All right, so Kathy Henry, Marissa Porter, Ebony Woman say, will Jodi get convicted because the trial going on so wrong and everything? The expert said she won't, and I think she will. But I don't know what we'll see what happened in the phase where they're determining penalty. Okay, will she get the death penalty? Who knows? I wish she would, because she shouldn't be able to sit around and do her art all the time and all that kind of thing. It bothered me that she'd be able to do that for 30 or 40 years and write books. And I have a whole cult growing up around her. I think that she'd get off on that. It wouldn't bother that much being in jail if she got all these people giving her letters and accolades, and she'd start writing poetry and who knows who else what she'd be doing. That would really bother me. But hear what I say. Now, this is what happened in the OJ trial. I'm going to get my Jodi tool for emphasis when I say this. I think what will happen, I sure hope this will happen, about 1 millisecond or 2 seconds or so after Jodi convicted of her crime and sentence is done, and they do pass sentence, I think that Travis Alexander family should file a civil lawsuit immediately and do everything they can to make sure she don't get away with having a jolly old party in jail. So if she's doing pictures and trying to sell them and stuff, proceeds go to them, okay, or to real abused women. Did you hear? Okay, okay, I'm gonna watch what I say so I don't get this video banned. Okay, that person, that Donovan man person, okay, who I will not use any adjectives to describe, but you know what I mean. And people thinking the same way I am right now, you know who you are. Okay, so anyway, that person's still tweeting, and she's tweeting, oh, Jodi gonna contribute some of the proceeds to a domestic violence center because she's so concerned about abused women like her. I want to go. I mean, I cannot believe. Jodi should be sending to all of us like anti-nausea medication. Okay, so when we have to hear this kind of crap. Does she think she's fooling anybody beside her little tiny band of cult followers, evil disciples of evil or whatever? Anyway, I don't want to get carried away because we're having an informal conversation here. Let's move on. Who else? Rin Cowell in the UK. Not the people from the UK watching this trial. They're really big on sensational trials over there, I guess. I like people from the UK, but because they have an accent. I like that accent, and I like somebody right here from Texas too. They say they're from Texas. I'll find them somewhere on here. Anyway, I have no accent, and so I like to hear people that do. Sweet Sue Wesley and Sharon and Barbie Gamache. Barbie Gamache say she really like agates. Can you indulge me for just a second? Barbie say that she go out and correct agates too. I correct them and do a tumbling and everything. And I got tons and tons of these things. So I'm just going to show Barbie for a second. Okay, see, I got jaw and jaw and jaw full of these agates that I get from certain beaches in California, which I'm not going to tell you. Don't even ask. Okay, if you ask me, I'll get out a map and say, yeah, right along this coast here, West Coast. That's where I find them. Okay. Anyway, we got some more here. The light too bright. You can't see all the colors. But I got 20 jars of these things, and I do all kind of things with them. I make jewelry. Sometime I'm going to show you, and then you women will love maybe when you see the jewelry I make. Anyway, some of these have nice colors, and like this one, it got. How can I do this so you can see that? Yeah, it's not showing up good. But we get California jade. This is a form of jade that come along the Big Sur coast. Can you see that color? Oh yeah, that kind of showing up. That green. It's really pretty. California jade. That's the kind of thing that I like to make pendants and things out of silver wire wrapping and stuff like that. I even find stuff like this, all kind of things. Anyway, I'm sorry for the aside. This is kind of like show and tell. When you're in elementary school, remember the old show and tell saying you bring stuff in, and it was always kind of fun, It's like, hey, we don't have to do some boring algebra, what we were doing algebra when we were in 4th grade, but whatever. We don't have to do math for a while. We can do. And somebody would bring in a frog or something from home, and it'd be croaking in the corner all day, ribbit, ribbit. And the poor teacher would be going, hey, what? I got to ban, live animals during show and tell. Excuse me, my throat getting. So I told you I have allergy that time of year. That's why I'm sounding very croaky myself. I don't know if I'll be able to make the second video tonight. I'm going to put up. Where's my paper? I'm getting crazy. I'm very tired, long day. Wrong day at work. Anyway, Chatty Cathy, wanting to know, say, you're going to get 3 strikes to get more video banned. I'm going to try not to. We're going to be very careful what we say, so I don't get banned. Jedi Mom, say, are you on Twitter? And no, I'm not on Facebook, or I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on any of those things because I just don't have the time. I wish I had the time. I would love to be on all that stuff because I like to interact and have comment and everything. Yeah, but as it is, you know, I'm working 60, 70 hours a lot of weeks and do some travel sometimes. That takes up a lot of my time. Can't do video when I'm doing travel. And so I don't know when I'm ever going to get on there. Probably when I retire in about 58 years. They keep pushing Social Security back and back and back. Let's see, who else we got? Ann Furl and Debbie Mouterstock. She said, you could have been something else, this and that, giving me nice compliments. And to tell you the truth, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be a lot of different things. And, you know, if I could have pursued them, maybe I would do that. But I think my main passion, in retrospect, is I wanted to get a raw degree, but not to go out and rip people off or do corporate raw, some boring thing like that. I actually wanted to be a Juan Martinez kind of guy. I wanted to be a DA. That's what I would have done. You know, not in it for the money. What do we make? Like, he make like $100,000 a year or something. So he not making a lot of money, but he having a good time. You know, get to wave his arms around and yell at people, you know, who do horrible crimes. And if he do a really good job, they get put away. And that's what I would have liked to do, because I like to see justice, don't you? That's why we're watching this trial, I think. So that was my passion, and that's what I would have done. I do some of the places I visit a lot of places to impose the contract requirements, because I'm a rocket scientist guy, and I got to go to places that make things for us and impose our contract requirement. And I get into raw things like that, and that's what they call me, the lawyer. Sometimes, you know, we can't out-lawyer that guy, but I get the frustrated DA is all. I mean, stop that, computer. Turn that right back on. They can't see me. Anyway, the stupid power saving things, you know. What else are we talking about? But look at the couple of crypts on the computer, and I'll be right back. We'll be done. All right, since it's just a quick impromptu thing, just going to show you a couple of things. Like Kawaii Skeptic got a lot of interesting things on his site. Take a look at this, her site, their site. What the? Jodi Chimp. Which is being a little immature, but you know, I like it. I like it. Yeah. Getting kind of tired of lizard tongue all the time, you know. It's a good one. I'm not gonna. Okay, we're gonna move on from there. Hit the girl that Jodi, or that Travis was gonna marry. The girl he got a ring for. Let's take a look at her for a minute. And it's too bad he don't marry this girl.
To the woman joining us tonight, that Travis Alexander planned to marry, Linda Ballard Boss. Linda, what is your reaction?
He's got very big Valentine rips.
All this time, after you had broken it off with Travis, he kept that ring.
Yeah, that's the ring that Jodi stole, by the way.
By Jodi Arias. And the jury has a misconception, I'm afraid, because it wasn't clarified in court, that it was your engagement ring intended for you that she stole. They think, I believe, that she stole a ring belonging to Travis, like a man's ring. They don't realize that she stole this ring knowing full well.
I think it's important we see this guy had a life ahead of him. And even though it didn't work out with this girl,
I remember when he bought that
penalty
ring.
phase, we get to remember this.
I wasn't there when he bought it. I knew he was planning on proposing to me. We were talking very seriously about marriage, and we thought about getting married in February.
Anyway, she go on to say, that's not very flattering. I'll get that better. She go on to say that because of the multi-level marketing thing with that prepaid Regal pyramid thing, you know, she didn't. That and a couple other things, and not quite ready for marriage, etc., etc. She only 20, but she have nothing but good thing to say about Travis, just like all his other girlfriend. Let's see what else we got going here. What else was I going to show you? Something else here. Here's a funny thing that you might not have seen. Gus Searcy, if you don't know it, was on Judge Judy one time, and somebody find this on the web. And Gus Searcy was a sleaze bag even back then. He don't pay child support for his own daughter. He tried to steal her furniture. Can you believe a father would try to steal the furniture? Let's see what he got to say. And then he trying to be all clever. Think he had an attorney. Watch this.
I don't believe that she has the legal capacity to sign such a document because she waived power of attorney to her father a few months ago.
Your power of attorney with regard to what?
All legal issues, period.
Yeah.
Because of some situation she's in.
Yes.
As of December 4th, the power of attorney has been rescinded. I was there when it was rescinded.
I've never received
And it's
that.
been filed with the court.
Fine. Very good. That obviates all of your issues. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you did what?
Because when your daughter, and this is your fiance.
Searcy, he always been such a
when your daughter and her
sleazebag.
fiance have, how many grandchildren do you have?
None.
Have your first grandchild, you're going to want to.
Let's see what they say afterward.
So get clever. The last word.
He's never really been much of a father to her, so for him to take something that doesn't belong to him, well, he took most of everything that belonged to me, it's not unusual.
Her mother, I have a restraining order against.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that show you who Gus Searcy all about. Didn't want to pay no support. Tried to steal his own daughter furniture. And those are the kind of people that come up. Anyway, let's go back to our informal dialogue. Just thought you... Hey, don't I have a Gus Searcy picture here? Yeah, they're the guy now. Not too much later. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Just one more other thing I want to show you. Show how strange Jodi is. Of course, everyone they interview say she's a weirdo and doing odd things. But listen to these guys here for a second. Just for one example of about 100.
Well, initially we were supposed to go to a surf spot in about southern San Diego, and she essentially invited herself to come onto the trip. So, trying to be a little sneaky, we said, well, we'll go ahead and go to Mexico. There's no way that she would go down there with 3 grown men. And essentially she said, that's okay, I'll go ahead and go. And so, on the way down to the trip, she's just very, very strange person. I did get to talk to her while we were down at this spot in Mexico, and she was just very, you look into her eyes and you could tell that she was just essentially looking into your soul, and in a negative way, and almost wanting to attack you.
She'll want to suck the
one
soul
thing
out of you.
she sort of presents herself as this sort of almost a schoolmarm on the witness stand. Was she sexually provocative? Is that what sucked Travis in?
She definitely was not steering from it. When I came in from one of the sessions in the water, we were a good ways away, and she definitely scooted right up next to me, not afraid to converse inches away from me. So,
Zion, did you experience her the same way? And did Travis know that Jodi went on these trips with you guys?
I
Just don't go spear fishing with her, I would say. Anyway, if you're down in Mexico. Now, no little informal clip would be complete without some kind of little nerdy bashing, because, I'm a little bit juvenile in this way. So let's check this one out.
That the witnesses to this trial were not to watch the proceedings.
Oh, I can't help myself on that one. Okay, let's go back to what we were talking about. All right, now we're going to wrap this up. So you saw that girl, Rinda Bower-Voss, that Travis wanted to marry and bought that nice ring for her, the Jodi Steele and everything. And believe it or not, Mop sent me a link to that clip, and a couple other people also say that one. And, wouldn't it be nice? Travis wanted to marry 2 or 3 other girls too, but he weren't quite ready. That nice blonde, I forget her name, that was a witness earlier on, another girl, and the girl he was going to go to Cancun with. But you notice he never ever asked Jodi, because he knows she's a psycho, and that why they never moved forward. He only went with her for sex, and but that was her doing. That she was using that to try to get him, because nothing else she have, because she's a psycho. So what you gonna do? You don't want to be with a psycho, so she got to try to use sex to get him. Anyway, Katie asks, how come if the bad things happening to him, he never called the police? But I wouldn't make that assumption. I think he did, actually. I know he did, because a police report was filed about the slashing of his tires. But the thing about Travis is he don't want to try to get Jodi in trouble. He think he can handle everything on his own. I don't think he ever thought that she was actually a genuine threat to his life, going to brutally murder him. But he did make it very clear to her and to no one else that he ever talked to in his life, including all his other girlfriends that he ever had, that she were evil and a psycho and a sociopath and the worst thing that ever happened, and the spawn of Satan himself and the succubus, okay? Those are just some of the things that he didn't say the succubus, but he said all those other things actually. And so he never talked that way to anybody ever, including any of his girlfriends. They all testified. So, and that's what we hear about Jodi from a lot of other people. So this isn't just smoke. They're definitely fire. In fact, in Jodi's case, they're a raging inferno. There are nuclear warfare going on. There a meteor strike on Mars that melt the whole planet. Okay, so I don't know. I have no doubt at all about what he had said about her. And who else do we miss? I think Kimberly Wimmer say, when are you going to make a video about the evils of Jodi and her manipulation and her crazy stuff? And I keep wanting to make that video, but I got to chase down different things and lack of time and everything. Thinking maybe during the penalty phase, if that go on for a little while, then we'll try to make that video in the future. So thank you for indulging me in just this quick way to say a hi out to everyone, and I hope I didn't miss. I said hi the other day to tons of other people, and I appreciate all of them very much as well. And so I just want to do this real quick, and I'm going to go try to patch together my first video and see if I can get that put up tonight. But if not, maybe tomorrow. But now we're going to all be enthralled with snoring at Nermi's surrebuttal case. Starting tomorrow, going to be a wrong day, I think, because the judge say, this case, she said to the jury last week, when you come on Wednesday, be prepared to stay as long as it takes, So if I go till 2 in the morning while Nermi drawing out each question, in regards to, in regards to, it's gonna go on, and he's gonna put out the same old smokescreen crap he did before. Some new witness, some new expert that will just say the same nonsense we already hear. And Jodi other boyfriends in the past didn't say she'd do all these things. Yeah, of course not, because she weren't obsessed with them, not trying to possess them. So, but she's still chasing around doing crazy things, checking on them and spying and stuff. Like that guy, she run up to Crater Lake and everything, and because the guy talked to some girl or something. So she have a history of this, but as far as the history of lying and everything, she were lying to all those guys. So what are they talking about? It's a nonsense you're gonna put up. Okay, I'm rambling on way too wrong tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna go. So don't go with no sociopath. And thank you. We can have this little informal chat. Okay, take care. Bye.